Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We begin with developing news. Investigators confirm the suspect charged in a Massachusetts stabbing spree is also a suspect in a Deep River homicide.
Yeah, that suspect, 26-year-old Jared Revizza, appearing in a Massachusetts courtroom this morning. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc is outside the town hall in Deep River with the latest.
It's been 3 days since police found a 70-year-old man dead in a rental property here in Deep River. Now, that man has since been identified as Bruce Feldman of West Hartford, all at the same time as the person police say is the suspect in that case appears in a Massachusetts courtroom on separate charges this morning.
On the Commonwealth versus Jared Revizza.
A 26-year-old from Chilmark, Massachusetts, standing in front of a Plymouth judge after being accused of 2 separate stabbing incidents. Prosecutors say this all started Saturday night at a movie theater in Braintree, where they say Jared Revizza stabbed 4 young girls. An hour later, investigators say Revizza pulled up to a McDonald's in Plymouth.
When he got up to the drive-through window, he was argumentative with a male employee. The defendant lunged out the window of his vehicle and stabbed the male employee in the forearm with what appeared to be a long kitchen knife.
Then prosecutors say the suspect went inside, stabbing another employee before taking off.
The defendant was apprehended following a police pursuit where he crashed his vehicle and it became engulfed in flames in the town of Sandwich.
Prosecutors say this stabbing spree comes after Revizza allegedly killed a man at a rental property in Deep River, Connecticut.
It just seems like that all hell broke loose all of a sudden, unexpectedly, in Deep River, Connecticut.
Police were first called to a home on Merriwald Lane around 3:30 Saturday afternoon for a disturbance. The caller reported someone threw a shovel at their front door window pane and left. They recognized them as someone who was staying at a rental property nearby, a place neighbors heard a disturbance at earlier.
She overheard them really, really loud voices. She could not understand what they were arguing about, but they were upset with each other.
When troopers got there, they found the body of 70-year-old Bruce Feldman of West Hartford. Neighbors say Feldman was staying with Revizza at the rental property for a couple of weeks.
It's hard to wrap your brain around it. I have no idea. It just is wild.
Now, in Massachusetts, Revizza is facing charges of armed assault to murder and assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Now, we asked Connecticut State Police why Revizza is not facing charges here in our state. They say it's because a person cannot be charged while they are being held on other charges in another state. We are here in Deep River. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Julia, thank you. Also developing tonight, a Deep employee is facing charges for allegedly impersonating a police officer. Police say Richard Swan, an assistant division director with Deep, was driving a Deep vehicle on April 27th when he pulled over 3 juveniles on Old Saybrook, or in Old Saybrook, I should say. Swan then allegedly again displayed a badge and took their licenses to give to police. Police say Swan is not a police officer and does not have the authority to perform motor vehicle stops. He is due in court next month. Chief Michael Spera with the Old Saybrook Police Department releasing a statement saying, quote, "It is disturbing that an individual would violate the public's trust by misrepresenting themselves as a police officer and even worse to juveniles. I fully support the victim's pursuit of justice after their frightening experience," end quote. Now, we reached out to Deep, which says Swan was placed on administrative leave on May 2nd and that the department will continue to work with local police throughout the investigation.
Now to a developing story in West Haven. Police are investigating a shooting that left 1 person injured. It happened at a home on Peck Avenue around 6:30 last night. A person was taken to the hospital but is expected to survive. Right now, no word of any arrests or what led to that shooting. The weekend violence in Bridgeport has caught the attention of Governor Ned Lamont.
Yeah, Bridgeport leaders joining him this morning after several people were hurt in a series of shootings over the holiday weekend. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is in Bridgeport with more.
Bridgeport police are making these shooting investigations their top priority. Now, they say that they have several leads and they believe at least several of these shootings are connected.
At a weekend, an evening like we saw this past weekend, will not be tolerated in the city of Bridgeport.
Memorial Day weekend sparked a big uptick of violence in the city of Bridgeport. There were 5 shootings in about 5 hours Saturday night into Sunday morning, injuring several people.
We have not seen this current level of violence in recent times here in Bridgeport.
City leaders say shootings overall have declined over the last year, but this weekend has city officials growing concerned.
No one deserves to live in a neighborhood, in a building, in a city where shots are fired, where they could be a victim or someone and their family or friends can be a victim.
Police say 3 of those shootings happened at the P.T. Barnum housing community and appear connected. Police have not said if the other 2 shootings are related. A man was shot walking on Ezra Street, and on Holly Street, a woman was shot in the face and neck while driving a car down the road. Extra police are now patrolling in the area, and Governor Ned Lamont also stopping by with a message to the community.
The state is with you. Our state police are with you. Obviously, the community is with you, doing everything it can to make sure you feel safe in your hometown.
Anyone with any information on any of these 5 shootings are asked to call Bridgeport Police. In Bridgeport, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The holiday weekend is come and gone, and the state police are sharing their final traffic statistics with us. Between Friday at midnight and just before midnight early this morning, state police responded to nearly 5,000 calls. That's up from 4,500 last year. There were 25 DUI arrests, which is down slightly from 29 last year. And there were 312 crashes on the roads, but no deaths. Good news there. Last year, we saw 246 crashes with 3 people killed. Turning to the weather now, nice day today, but more rain is on the way, which I guess our lawns need it, right?
It seems like there's really always more rain on the way anyway. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rach, what about it?
At least it's not surprising at this point. You're like, yeah, of course there is. Of course. We've got a chance for an isolated shower tonight, but a better chance for a scattered shower or thunderstorm later tomorrow and tomorrow evening. 80 degrees right now in Hartford, and we're looking a bit cloudy at the moment. We broke for more sun earlier today, mid-70s in the New Haven area, and we're doing fine out there. I think if you wanted to do some grilling, I did mention the chance for an isolated shower, and we're seeing a lot of rain to the west of us, but most of this is going to fizzle and kind of slip to the south and west of us, or to the north and west of us. So while there is a chance for an isolated shower, I think most stay dry this evening. By the news at 10, we're looking at temperatures that are close to 70 degrees and overnight lows that will be in the 50s to around 60 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are waking up to beautiful sunshine. As we head through the afternoon, we do have that chance for an isolated shower. We're looking at highs in the middle to upper 70s, so it's nice and warm. And then we'll have a better chance for scattered showers and storms as we head into later tomorrow night. We'll get a closer look at that, your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, Governor Ned Lamont officially signing legislation today expanding Connecticut's paid sick days. The new law expands the coverage to more workers. Beginning January 1st, employers with at least 25 employees will be required to provide up to 40 hours of paid sick leave each year. In 2026, that will expand to all employers with 11 or more employees. And then in 2027, all employers will be required to provide paid sick days for their employees. Now to a story you'll only see here on Fox 61. A Connecticut man finds himself in the right place at the right time. Yeah, the Wallingford man was walking his dog when a 12-year-old boy who was a runaway asked him for help. Fox 61's Matt Caron shares his story.
11:45 last night, the rain was pouring down here in Wallingford. Tim Nielsen was walking his dog here outside the Fritz Elementary School when that 12-year-old confused boy approached him.
I'm usually looking for skunks at night, not children.
Tim Nielsen says the boy followed him from the corner store on Route 68 to Fritz Elementary School before asking Tim for help.
It was a 12-year-old kid who was lost and didn't even know which state he was in.
Tim, a father of a 13-year-old boy of his own, went into dad mode, befriending the boy who told Tim he was afraid of his own father and decided to run away, stealing a family member's credit card and hitchhiking from Brooklyn.
He was a little nervous, and then when he told me where he was from, I don't think he had any fear of running, any further.
So rather than risk spooking the child by calling police, Tim turned to social media.
It definitely caught people's attention.
Posting this SOS on the Wallingford Community Facebook forum, asking someone to send an officer. Within minutes, multiple people called police on his behalf.
I'm not really surprised. I mean, we have a lot of good people in Wallingford.
Tim told Fox 61 he used his cell phone to call the boy's mother.
She wasn't really aware he was missing and wasn't too concerned.
The mother ordered the boy a Lyft driver.
It's a pretty long drive with a stranger at 12 years old.
We tried to get a hold of that mother.
Hi, you have reached Miss Lee. I'm not here at this time. Please leave a message after the beep.
No answer. Tim's message to parents?
Most of our kids are playing video games in their room. We just assume that's where they are. Apparently not always.
The Center for Children's Advocacy told Fox 61 the incident highlights the need for a rich network of community-based support services.
12 is surprising, particularly in how smart this young person was to get themselves from one place to the other and the distance that this person traveled. But we do see, unfortunately, plenty of children and youth who feel unsafe in their surroundings and choose to leave home to seek safety.
Wallingford police did not want to comment on this story, but told us that if anyone does find themselves in a situation where you can't speak to 911, you can also text that number. It's a feature that many people still don't know about. And as for right now, it's still not clear where that child was taken. Reporting in Wallingford, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.